Good morning, friends. Good morning, followers. Good morning. Oh, today is Saturday here. It's such a bright and beautiful day out there, though with the cold in the United Kingdom at the moment, but we are used to the weather and we're living it. Yeah, today I just said this edition, we should look at how to stay focused. I know someone will ask me a question, why should I choose a topic of this nature for us to talk about today? How to stay focused is a word that I think most of us use it every day. We are very used to it. Or when we are faced with some challenges, this word always comes to us. I want to focus on this. I want to focus on that. But what is focus when we use it? How do we apply it? Do we actually apply that word when we use it? Or we just use it to take away the stressor from us and then feel that we're doing something when we are not doing it? But that is a word that is so commonly used when we are faced with some element of stress or some element of dissatisfaction. But today we are faced now with a very challenging world. There are various uncertainties around our jobs, our careers, our families, our relationships, and everything around us. The world is moving, changing because of increased technology, because of the advancement in the media world. There are a lot of factors that are coming in and influencing and shaping the way we do things and shaping the way we should live our lives. But the thing is, with all these uncertainties, with all these changing things in the environment, from the work perspective, the moving workforce from the normal work, face-to-face workplace to the hybrid and virtual working, how do you cope with that? How are you coping? How do you stay focused when there are these changes? Now, with all the media advancement, how do you get away from these media attachment, media attachment and distraction to focus on work, to focus on our relationships, to focus on our families, and to focus on ourselves? We look at things around, we always look at the external, thinking of, when I'm talking about focus is, I focus on that, I focus on this. What about you? Do you focus on yourself? Do you look after yourself? It's some of those things that we need to ask ourselves today and then say, okay, if these are the distractions that are out there that are not permitting me to do the things that I want to do, to live the life that I want to live, how do I then reshape my existence to be able to do those things that I want, do those things that matters to me? And all of this is about what? Re-examining ourselves, re-examining our individual selves to make what? Priorities. Identify your needs, our needs, not our wants. That is two words as well that people get confused to. What are your needs and what are your wants? When you are able to differentiate between your needs and your wants, you will be able to stay focused to achieve those things. Your needs are those things that you cannot do without. There are those things of life, basic things of life that you cannot do without. But your wants, yes, those are things that you may desire. But if those things are not there, you can still live a comfortable and enjoyable life. The wants are luxury. You may go to luxuries and ostentatious aspects of life, but your needs are those basic things that you need to do to exist, to live a comfortable and satisfying life. When you are able to spot your needs and identify your needs, differentiate them from your wants, you are then able to do what? Prioritize those needs, because even when those needs are there, you can have a whole lot of them in the basket, but all of them, you will not achieve them in one day. So you need to then do what? Prioritize them. Which are those needs that are so important that I cannot do without them now, at the moment? Which are those that I can achieve them later? When you set a preference of priority of those needs, that gives you then a leeway to be able to focus and pick one at a time and then do it. It so happened that when all these things are happening around us, we don't focus because we want to do all. We want to do all. We get up each day, we want to do this one, we want to do that one. And when you are not prioritizing and setting targets, you will not be able to focus. At the end of the day, you realize that you are doing nothing, and then you start what? Blaming yourself for not achieving your goals. But it's just because you had not been focused to identify those needs that are priorities to be able to focus on them. So one important thing that we should be taking home today is about identifying needs and differentiating the needs from the wants, and then able to prioritize those needs. When you're able to prioritize your needs, it gives you an element of focus. It gives you what to focus on, what to do, and in order to achieve that priority need that you have set. You know, there is a whole lot of, we are caught in a web that is a web of things that are happening in the world that tend to make us lose focus. And I know each and every one of us listening today yearn every day to be able to focus and realize our dreams. But the question I'll ask you is, how do you therefore stay focused? I always have this premise. I know I borrowed it from one of our great motivational speaker, Les Brown, where he says, where focus is, energy flows. Wow. Where focus is, energy flows. That statement means a lot. That implies if you prioritize your needs, if you identify your needs, prioritize those needs, set goals in order to achieve those goals, and you believe in those goals, you believe that you have to invest all that is means to do, investing all your emotions, investing all your thoughts, investing all your feelings and behavior in order to achieve that particular need. The energy that you bring into yourself pulls you through to be able to take action. And when you take action, believe in that action, and you will stay focused to achieve that dream. Focusing is one thing. Concentrating to achieve that focal element is another. Focusing is, yes, you investing an interest in that need, and concentration to achieve that need is bringing all your emotions, all your thought processes, all your behaviors and actions and investing them in that need in order to achieve it. So, how do we use our time in this world? How are we using our time in this world? There's a lot going on, as I've said. We are caught up in this web, but how are we, or you as an individual listening today, use your time in this world? What are your goals? What are your life goals that you've set? And how do you prioritize these life goals? And how do you aim at achieving them? And when you ask these questions, you start thinking, oh, maybe I'm missing something here. Have I done all of this? Have I taken time to do a self-examination to know what I've planned for myself in this world? Do I actually set goals, or I just go with the flow? Or even if I'm going with the flow, what are my targets? What are the targets set? Do you actually sit and do that? It's something we should ponder about today as we listen to this edition of How to Stay Focused. So, I always say, to stay focused is something that is, it starts from you. It starts from you as an individual. Whether the focus is in relation to what? Focusing on your job, focusing on your career, focusing on your relationships, focusing on your marriage, focusing on your family. It all starts from you. And I'll ask you a question. When is the last time you had ever taken a me time? A me time to focus on yourself. When is the last time you've ever done that? That is something for us to think about. When is the last time you've ever taken a me time to focus on yourself? Because an element to be able to focus, it starts from you. And that is one of the things I talk about, self-management. to be able to look after yourself, it is about self-management. To be able to focus in anything you do, you have to go through the process of self-management, which is just the ability for each and every one of us to be able to manage our behavior, manage our thoughts, manage our emotions in a conscious and productive way. That is self-management. And this is a critical skill which I always say to all my followers, to all my participants in any event I host. I always start with this premise of self-management, because if you are able to understand the concept of self-management, then all your life processes will be fulfilled. All your life processes will be fulfilled. You will live a happy person, because you will be at the point of achieving success in anything you do, because you are able to self-manage, able to manage your emotions, your behaviors in a conscious and productive way. I know emotions are things that it is a natural phenomenon for us human beings. It's a natural phenomenon to express our emotions. Yes, you want to cry, you cry. If you want to be angry, you can be angry. That is why you're human. If you want to be passionate, you should be passionate, because you are human. Those are parts of our human elements. And we need to be able